Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into a really fascinating and honestly pretty complex business support system over in Japan. It's designed to be this all-in-one partner for entrepreneurs.
So, let's start with a number, a big one, 99.7%. In an economy as massive as Japan's, what in the world could this number possibly represent?
Well, that's it. It's the backbone of the entire Japanese economy. We're talking about pretty much every company that isn't a giant corporation. But here's the thing. Being in the majority doesn't make it easy. In fact, all of these businesses face a very similar and very difficult set of challenges.
So what is it that keeps these entrepreneurs up at night? Well, from what we've seen, it really boils down to a feeling of being totally isolated and just desperately needing real resources and connections that actually go somewhere.
And these pain points, they're probably familiar to anyone who's ever tried to start something. It's that feeling of wanting colleagues you can actually hash things out with. It's needing real advice, new ways to sell your product, and a solid plan for funding. You know, you go to those networking events, and you just come home with a stack of business cards, but no real partners. This isn't just a list of annoyances. It's a genuine call for a support system that actually works.
All right, so how do you even begin to solve all that? Let's start by peeling back the very first layer of what turns out to be a really intricate solution.
The first stop for a lot of these entrepreneurs is something called the JOCB Association. You can think of it as a kind of business-focused nonprofit. It was created with one single goal in mind, to be the direct answer to all those struggles we just talked about.
So their approach is pretty methodical. It starts with building a network that's about real innovation, not just swapping cards. Then, it helps members plan and host their own events, work together on new business ideas, and get access to crucial expert advice. But here's the catch. This association, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. It's the front door.
And their mission statement? It is incredibly ambitious. They want to create a team business model that can revitalize Japan's economy from the ground up. But an ambition that big, well, it needs a serious engine to power it. So, let's step past that front door and head into the main engine room. What's the real power driving this whole operation?
And there you have it, NKCS Holdings. This is the real core of the entire ecosystem. It's the giant parent organization that's providing all the muscle, the resources, and the huge network that makes the JOCB Association possible.
And the scale we're talking about here is just staggering. The network has 3,000 experts on call, it connects more than 60,000 company presidents, and it's all powered by 26 different subsidiary companies. Yeah, this is not a business club, this is a full-blown corporate ecosystem.
All of that leads to their main promise, to be a true one-stop solution. Just imagine you're a small business owner for a second. Instead of having to find a lawyer, then a marketing firm, then an HR consultant, the idea here is you just make one call. NKCS says they have the internal expert or resource to handle literally any problem you throw at them.
And to actually deliver on that one-stop promise, the whole company is broken down into 5 specialized groups. This is really the key, because it allows them to serve not just regular for-profit companies, but also nonprofits, government bodies, and even research institutions. But we can go even deeper. Inside this massive structure, you've got these highly specialized groups. Let's look at one that focuses entirely on the human side of business, a group they call the Use Group.
So the philosophy driving the Use Group is pretty simple, but it's also kind of profound, right? To make everyone involved, both the people and the companies, happy. That's a very human-first mission for what's essentially a business consultancy.
And I think this slide just illustrates their approach perfectly. It's got 2 sides. On one hand, Use LLC builds up the company with HR and training. But on the other hand, the Use Social Worker Office supports the person with counseling and welfare services. It's like they're arguing that you can't have a healthy company without healthy people.
And the methods they use are really unique. This goes way beyond your standard HR manual. They're offering hands-on training in places like medical and welfare facilities. They even use something called Niken, which is a Japanese practice of guided meditation. The whole idea is to help leaders and their teams reflect on their work and relationships, bringing a kind of self-awareness you just don't see in most corporate consulting.
Now, a web this intricate, with all these interconnected companies and services, it clearly didn't just pop up by accident. So, who is the architect? Who's the person that actually designed and built this entire ecosystem?
Well, his name is Katsuya Nihara, and his career has been a total roller coaster. We're talking about being a top salesperson to then experiencing the crushing failure of his own businesses.
It really seems like that personal experience with the dark side of entrepreneurship is what fueled his comeback. After becoming one of the best IT salespeople in the world, he built this entire support network in just a single year. It's like he was trying to build the safety net for others that he never had for himself.
And his background really says it all. He holds over 50 different qualifications, everything from social worker to international business consultant. And that's not just a fun fact, it's literally the DNA of the company's one-stop promise. He baked his own wide-ranging expertise right into the network's foundation.
Okay, so this is the crucial part. How does this whole thing actually function as a business? How do clients tap into this massive, interconnected web of services?
Well, it all works on a subscription model, with different tiers for whatever you might need. So at the base level, a personal membership gets you general business advice. If you move up a tier, professionals like lawyers or accountants can get help with branding and networking. And then at the very top, that corporate tier, that's what unlocks the whole one-stop ecosystem. It's the full suite of everything, all for a single monthly fee.
And really, NKCS's marketing slogan sums it all up perfectly. Let's put a business partner in your life. Their promise isn't just to be some consultant you call when you're in trouble, but to be a permanent, integrated partner for your entire business journey. And that's really what this all leads to. The NKCS model fuses business strategy with personal well-being, creating this incredibly powerful, all-encompassing vision for what support can be. But it also leaves us with a pretty critical question to think about. What happens, for better or for worse, when a support network becomes that deeply woven into the very fabric of a business? It's definitely something to chew on.